Hi Gemini, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your angel and spirit guide message reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. Now, during these scary, uncertain times, overwhelming times, I want to let you know that these readings are going to focus on love, light, and positivity to raise us up instead of bringing us down, because there's more than enough to bring us down in the world right now. So let's get started with your spirit guide animal cards. These are going to be your spirit animals, your totem animals for this time. If you see these animals in the wild or an image of them, this is your angels and your spirit guides tapping you on the shoulder, Gemini, saying, remember this message. So let's see what they have to say. Angel and spirit guide message for Gemini. Angel and spirit guide message for Gemini. Angel and spirit guide message for Gemini. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Oh, goodness. Okay. So we have the giraffe spirit. And let me get the two that fell. All right. So these ones just popped out for you, Gemini. So that is really quite beautiful. So we have here the snake spirit, a time to heal, and the peacock spirit, which says, let it shine. And that's your heart, they're saying, so that's beautiful. Look at the bigger picture. It's time to heal and let your heart shine. Angel and spirit guide message for Gemini. Angel and spirit guide message for Gemini. Angel and spirit guide message for Gemini. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. So we have psychic development and the angels and the masters, which I like to think of as the angels and the divine. Angel and spirit guide message for Gemini. Angel and spirit guide message for Gemini. Fantastic. So at the heart of everything, we have the Nine of Swords. You're crowned by the Princess of Swords, which is you shining through as a princess. And then we have the Ten of Cups. Oh, that's brilliant. The Nine of Pentacles. The Fool. The Seven of Wands. The Nine of Wands. The Eight of Pentacles. The Queen of Swords. I love that you go from the princess to the queen. That is amazing. And then you have the Ace of Swords. You're definitely taking these gifts from the divine. Okay, this is brilliant. You're not going to think it's brilliant right off the bat, right? There is a lot of doubt, a lot of worry, a lot of fear that is around you. And going from this fear to embracing being a queen might seem almost insurmountable at times. But with your spirit guide animal cards right here, the giraffe, the snake, and the peacock, the giraffe spirit says, see the big picture. Look at things not just right now, because right now can be very overwhelming and is very overwhelming, but look at the big picture of what you want, what you're discovering, what you need. Because you're going to see that during this time of uncertainty, of being overwhelmed, it is also a time to heal. Because Spirit is saying, what do you want to look at? What do you need? What are you discovering? Because there's a healing coming over you, an empowerment moving through you, and it lets your heart shine. The peacock says, let it shine. Let your heart shine. Let yourself move forward in an emotional truth. Because as beautiful as the peacock is, if the peacock is nasty, if it does not have a good heart, then what is the point of it all? So let your heart shine through, and it will add to your beauty. It will add to your power and your prosperity and your abundance of self. And I also see with the snake spirit, it's like it's time to shed an old skin, an old life. You might very well be seeing, Gemini, that you're starting to do a shift. You're starting to turn towards what you want, what you desire, because you have the Ten of Cups right here, which is my minor arcana wish card. And it's right in between you. You know, as you develop, as you are moving forward, you have this wish that is granted, and it is stunning. Psychic development. You're going to know a lot more than you give yourself credit for. Listen. Listen, because this is really saying your angels and your spirit guides, they're whispering in your ears. They're leading you forward. They want you to succeed. They want you to achieve. So here with psychic development, let yourself listen, because you are developing, you are becoming so much more. And as you develop and as you become, your angels and your masters. So here, again, angels and divinity, they come around you, their wings wrapped around you, saying, you are moving forward. It is okay. This is the third eye chakra, and this is the soul star chakra, which is located 6 inches above your crown chakra, saying that during this time you are deeply connected with the divine, with your angels, and with your spirit guides. And as you are embracing that connection, you might find it to be a little overwhelming, a little bit hard. You know, how do you embrace that connection? How do you move forward? And there can be a lot of questions that you have, and a lot of answers that seem to be eluding you. It's like the answers are being pushed further and further out, or there's worry that's keeping you up at night, doubt, fear. It can be that you're working really hard on something, especially if you're on the front lines of all of this, and a sense of being overwhelmed, of not sleeping. So here, there is that worry, there is that fear. And with the Nine of Swords, I can feel it as kind of like a weight on the chest, on the heart. And it's going to make it hard for your heart to shine. The worry, the doubt, the fear, and kind of this mantra of it. You know, this negative mantra of doubt, of fear, of apprehensions, of I can't, and I shouldn't, and I won't, and everything like that. And so what I see here is a need to stop. And sometimes you just need to tell your head to shush. It's like, enough is enough, stop it. And it might seem, you know, a bit forceful, but that's what you need at this time. It's kind of like, just stop and breathe. And give yourself permission to breathe and to stop and to just look at something beautiful. You can have, you know, a celebrity that you really like look at a picture of them. Just if you need something beautiful that you're sitting there and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I don't want to look out my window. It makes me nervous. Things are making me overwhelmed. I would say, for me, it would be look outside your window. Look at something beautiful. You know, but if that is causing too much anxiety, too much doubt, too much fear, too much, then look at something like, you know, a baby giraffe. That's beautiful. I mean, what's cuter than that? And let yourself smile. Let yourself be. Because you are, at your heart, the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords, I always looked at this picture and I was like, well, doesn't she look a bit arrogant? You know? But looking at it again, I'm like, oh my gosh, Dane. You know, it can be so dense sometimes because there's the wind blowing her back and she's sitting upright in her chair with the wind blowing her back. And it's like she's being cleansed. She's connecting with the air, which is what she is. You are an air sign energy. Connect with the air. Connect with the breath of the world. And as you do so, you hold your sword. You're like, I know my power. I know my purpose. I know my truth. And there comes a time during this time where you're really looking at things and you're sorting out what once was true and what is true now. And you're going to see yourself evolving, becoming, embracing. And as you do, you know, yes, you become one with the wind, which I always love. I always loved the idea of dancing with the wind ever since I was a very little girl. But as you become, as you state your power, as you embrace the twists and turns of life, and you know your mind. I mean, the Queen of Swords, she knows her mind. She's one of the fiercest queens there is in the tarot. Because she's not going to let anybody push her around. She's cutting through doubts and fears. She's knowing where she stands. She's knowing what she wants. And Gemini, that is the thing. I myself am a Gemini, and I remember this astrologist, she told me, she's like, listen, I love Geminis, my husband's a Gemini, my son's a Gemini, they're fantastic. She's like, but you guys, if you can stop listening to everybody else for 5 seconds and just focus on what you need, you could be unstoppable. And that stuck with me. That really does. It sticks with me. It's a part of me now. It's kind of like, am I doing this for me or am I doing this to please everybody else? And it's an important thing to state, because with the Queen of Swords, I mean, you cut through the fears, you know your mind, words, knowledge, it's a part of you. Clear thinking, okay, this kind of beautiful wit, this intellect, this power of the mind, it's a part of you. And as you embrace it, you also have to embrace your heart. Why? Because what affects the mind the most? The heart. We are emotional beings. And as emotional beings, we need to embrace our hearts. We like to be told, oh, don't be so emotional. Oh, put your feelings aside and get on to work and everything like that. But you can't. You can't put your feelings aside and just be, kind of like a robot. And so with the Queen of Swords, you cut through, first of all, the need to please others. You cut through the doubts and the fears. And you know that when you feel overwhelmed, the first thing that air signs do, all air signs, Gemini, we get snippy, sharp-tongued. All right? And so that's our thing. We have to be mindful of that. To not be snippy, to not be sharp-tongued, to sit there and be like, okay, I see it, I understand it, and I move forward in my truth. And stay to your truth, because you're going to want to bend over backwards for everybody else. And here with the Princess of Swords, I really do see this as, it's kind of like, I'm not anymore. I'm not going to be what everybody else dictates and mandates I should be. I cut through my doubts, I cut through my fears, and I move forward in my truth. Your words are so powerful. The words that you say to yourself, Gemini, when nobody's around and nobody's listening, because we speak to ourselves more harshly than we could ever imagine speaking to others. So here you study your sword. You study the weapon of your mind. You study your truth, your purpose, your power, your prowess. And as you do so, you set yourself free and you work hard. You see the hard work that is going into everything that you do. This isn't a time where you just kind of like flits from this to that and you don't care. No, this is a time where you're forging, developing, and seeing. And the thing with the smithy right here is that he's making these beautiful stars, right? These beautiful pentacles. And they last. I just see them as lasting because earth sign energy, it lasts, it's steady, it's stable. It's stable, there we go. It's sturdy. So he had to have made mistakes before. Metals that didn't hold up. Doubts and fears put in. The metal not boiled to the right point. You know, all the things that we learn in life. And so when he has become this master smithy, when he has become this person of, great skill, it has taken great time. And what I love here is that this is a starting of the apprenticeship, right? This isn't being a master of the craft. This is being an apprentice. So a princess, you can view a princess as almost being an apprentice to a queen. Well, you go from being a princess to having a childlike view to things, to being a queen, having a mature, wise view to things. And you're going to see yourself moving back and forth from one viewpoint to the other. Seeing, discovering, understanding, becoming. And as you do so, you have the Fool right here. And it's saying, take that leap of faith. Go after what you want. Now, during this time, you have to be safe. You have to be safe, and, you might be finding that you're staying inside a lot, which is very good. I just saw this thing, this post, and it said, we go to work, and it was people at the ER, so you can stay at home. And that was powerful. So you might see that the changes are coming. You might see that you're having to reorganize things, but it's actually going to be one of the best things for you. That you're looking, that you're seeing, that you're understanding. Different aspects that were always shut away because everything was so busy. Everything was so busy. Everything was so busy. And now things had to stop and center and become. And now you're on a whole new journey. And your angels are right around you. Their wings cocooned around you, protecting you, moving you forward. Your spirit guide holding your hand, saying, I have you. The dog right here. Being loyal and true with absolute love as they follow you. As you discover and become. And it leads you to the Ace of Swords, God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of knowledge, wisdom, cutting through doubts and fears, knowing where it is that you stand, knowing what it is that you want. There's going to be insight that comes to you. And you sit there and you see it and you're like, oh my goodness, I never thought. I didn't think of it this way. I didn't think of it that way. And as you see it, as you become it, okay, you're taking this gift. Absolutely. I mean, this gift is absolutely becoming a part of you. And you take this gift and you grow and you mature and you see wishes granted. And it's not even maturing so much as you need to mature. It's like you're taking ideas and you have this bright-eyed, anything can be accomplished, let's move forward view on it. And then you're having the mature, practical ideas of, okay, this is how I have to do it. It's kind of like the wisdom of the ages come. Yes, that's what this Angel of Masters card is saying. The wisdom of the ages comes to you and is a part of you. And that's why you see here psychic development happening, because you have this guidance and this wisdom around you. And you might say, oh no, I'm not in tune. I believe very much so. Everybody is in tune. We just have forgotten how to listen. And listening is so important. And then we have the Seven of Wands right here. The Seven of Wands is like, okay, I'm going to defend myself. I'm going to stand here and I know what I want and I know what I need. And I'm going to, be prepared for the onslaught that is going to come. And this is saying, stop. Stop, don't. Not don't. But don't engage. There are going to be aspects of this time, especially around passions, careers, what really lights our fire, right? And you feel like you have to defend it. And you might actually feel under siege. Stand your ground, Gemini. Don't buckle and yield. But also know that as you stand your ground, as you embrace your truth, okay, what happens is that you find out you don't need to engage with everyone. Things are going to start falling into place because you have here the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles is prosperity and success and bounty, and she has the falcon on her arm with falconry. It's kind of like being able to see the big picture. Oh my gosh, which totally correlates with your spirit animal card, which says see the big picture, quite literally. So here, it's like you're seeing the bigger picture, you're understanding more, you're taking it in, and there's a radiance about you. There's a bounty to you. People are drawn to it. You are drawn to it. You are drawn to the new way of moving forward, the new bounty, the new prosperity, the new truth. And by the new truth, I don't mean that, I do mean that everything is shifting. Yes, Spirit is saying, no, things are shifting. Things are moving you forward. And as you shift and you discover and you become, you see a greater light, a greater truth. And that has you be the queen that takes the gift of the sword and holds it in her hand. Who says, yes, I know I'm holding a weapon because I am able to defend where I stand and what I stand for. And the weapon that you have, Gemini, is your intellect, your power, your wit. It's your sharpness of mind. It is your clear sight of things. And with the Nine of Wands, it's saying all the outside knowledge, not knowledge, chatter, the kind of everything that's thrown at you, everybody else's words, everybody else's thoughts, everybody else's, it comes too much. And it's like, it's time for it to stop. And it's time for you to set up your defense and walk away. I actually like to see the wands not as the spikes put in the ground, but as trees to be planted. And what do trees do? They purify the air. What are you? An air sign energy. They purify you, taking out the doubts, the fears, the hardships, the pains, the disappointment. You will always have a bit of that, an echo of it in your mind, most definitely. But it will not be at the forefront. It will not be the thing that defines you and what you think of when you close your eyes. And so here with the Nine of Wands, there's knowing that yes, it's been a long battle. It's been hard and it's been a lot. And it's time to stop. It's time to sit there and say, how is it that I want to move forward? Where is it that I want to be instead of what everyone else wants from you. And it moves you to the Ten of Cups, which is brilliant. The Ten of Cups is a wish granted, is love that lasts, is the heart shining through brightly and beautifully. And you really being the peacock spirit, you let it shine, you let your heart shine, you let what you wish for shine, you let what you desire shine, and it is breathtakingly beautiful. And as it is breathtakingly beautiful, the Eight of Pentacles says here that prosperity moves you. And as prosperity moves you, you are the queen. You are the person of power and prowess. You have worked hard for this. And as your hard work pays off, you see yourself evolve. And you may go back and forth because that is what we do as human beings. We have times where we're absolutely sure of ourselves and times where we're doubting and we're fearing and we feel overwhelmed. You may go back and forth during this time and say, how do I? When do I? Where do I? But you're starting on a new journey and you're moving yourself forward because you have more knowledge, more truth of self than ever before. And as you do so, your subconscious message for this time is the Ten of Pentacles. Prosperity coming in, a prosperity that lasts for generations. Again, an ending of a cycle, a beginning of bliss, a starting of happiness. It's like, let's start anew. Let's move forward with wisdom and bounty and beauty on our sides. And so as you move forward, as you see this, you're blessed. You are absolutely blessed. And your subconscious chakra message is truth. Your throat chakra. Speaking your truth into the world. Having it balance the scales. Having it help you move forward to where you stand and where you want to be. And as you embrace your truth, as you balance your throat chakra, as you move forward in understanding and purpose and power, your subconscious spirit animal message is the wombat spirit. It says, be at home. Quite literally, at this time, be at home. It's the safest place. Also, it's be at home within yourself, within the temple of your soul, your body. It's time to feel at home within your own skin and to embrace that power. Meditation, highly important, highly important. A sense of quiet with the self. I like to sit outside in the sun, with the nice warm sun on you. You can have an umbrella over you if you like, most definitely, and listen to the birds sing. That I just find the most beautiful way to meditate. But if, you find it hard to quiet your mind and center yourself, or you find it hard to sit still, you can definitely walk while meditating. Just walk back and forth if you want to, right? But there's also the way I like when you're learning is just to sing a song in your head, an uplifting, positive, beautiful song, and have that song kind of playing in the background of your mind. And the thing that you concentrate on when other thoughts come in, worries, doubts, fears, to-do lists come in, that song gets louder. It becomes your focus. And then everything else moves away. Meditating with friends over Skype, meditating as a family would be fantastic. If you have little kids and they want to meditate too, you can tell them, you sing this song quietly in your head. Or they can just sit there, soaking in the good energy and adding to that energy, because children have just the most beautiful energy. And they can sit there with a coloring book or a game. But there is a beauty to you here, Gemini. And you are embracing it. And you are moving forward on a new journey. One that you have been building towards for a decade or more for some. Most definitely. It's a new day. It's a new chapter. And you've worked so very hard for it. All right, Gemini. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I love you all, and I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. Bye.